My beloved child, listen closely, because this moment did not arrive by accident. Archangel Michael says, before you were ready to ask, before you even understood what you were missing, God had already marked a soul and whispered your name into their path. You have felt it as a strange pull, an unexplainable calm mixed with curiosity, as if something unseen was arranging events just beyond your sight. This is not coincidence, and it is not imagination. Heaven does not move randomly, and what is unfolding now has been prepared quietly, patiently, with intention. Pay attention now, because this choice was not made lightly. Archangel Michael says, God chose this person for you not because of convenience, not because of timing, but because of alignment. Their spirit carries something your soul has been praying for without words. Where you feel weak, they carry strength. Where you have waited in silence, they bring understanding. This connection was designed to meet you at the exact moment when you were ready to grow, not when you were comfortable, and that is why it feels so intense. Here is what will leave you in awe. Archangel Michael says, this person was selected to activate something dormant within you. Their presence will awaken forgotten confidence, buried hope, and a clarity you thought was lost. Conversations with them will feel different, deeper, as if truths rise naturally without effort. This is because their role is not temporary inspiration, it is divine alignment. God placed them as a mirror and a bridge, showing you who you truly are and who you are becoming. Do not rush to define it, and do not question its depth too quickly. Archangel Michael says, the reason this bond feels powerful is because it carries purpose beyond emotion. This person enters your life to redirect your steps, to protect you from paths that would have drained you, and to gently guide you toward doors you were meant to open together. Even moments of silence between you will carry meaning, because heaven speaks through stillness as much as through signs. Remember this and hold it close. Archangel Michael says, when God chooses someone for you, it is not to complete you, but to walk with you as you step into your calling. What is coming will not just change how you feel, it will change how you see yourself and your future. Stay open, stay aware, and trust the unfolding, because this connection was written long before you realized you were ready to receive it. My beloved child, what unfolds next is even deeper than what you expect. Archangel Michael says, this person did not enter your life only to walk beside you, but to arrive at a turning point where your faith, patience, and inner strength were being tested. You may notice that just before their presence became clear, you went through confusion, emotional silence, or unanswered questions. That season was not punishment, it was preparation. Heaven clears space before it delivers something sacred. Now listen carefully, because this truth is rarely spoken aloud. Archangel Michael says, God chose this person because they can see you when others only see your surface. They recognize your struggles without you explaining them. They sense your value even on days when you doubt it yourself. This is why their words linger in your mind, and their energy feels familiar, almost remembered. Souls chosen by God recognize each other beyond logic. Here is the part that surprises most people. Archangel Michael says, this connection was delayed on purpose. If it had arrived earlier, you might not have protected it, understood it, or valued it fully. Timing was essential, because growth was required on both sides. What you are experiencing now is not late, it is precise. Divine timing never rushes, and it never arrives empty-handed. You may feel moments of uncertainty, but do not let fear speak louder than truth. Archangel Michael says, challenges around this connection are not signs to walk away, they are signs to become wiser. Every meaningful bond chosen by God is tested, not to break it, but to strengthen discernment and trust. What is real will not disappear under pressure, it will reveal its depth. Hold this final message close to your heart. Archangel Michael says, when God chooses someone for you, the purpose reaches beyond the present moment. This bond carries lessons, protection, and future blessings intertwined. Stay grounded, stay patient, and watch how clarity unfolds step by step, because what has been divinely chosen will reveal its meaning exactly when your soul is ready to understand it. My beloved child, there is still more being revealed, and it is important you hear this calmly. Archangel Michael says, God chose this person not only for who they are now, but for who they will become beside you. This connection is designed to evolve. At first it feels subtle, then meaningful, and then suddenly undeniable. That gradual unfolding is intentional, so you learn trust instead of attachment, and clarity instead of illusion. Understand this clearly. Archangel Michael says, this person carries a quiet assignment in your life. They are meant to help you see choices you once overlooked and to slow you down where haste could have cost you peace. Their presence will not always be loud or dramatic, but it will be steady. In moments when your mind feels crowded, their influence brings order. This is how divine guidance often works, softly but firmly. Here is a truth that may surprise you. Archangel Michael says, this bond was formed to protect you from repeating old cycles. Where you once settled for less, this connection raises your standards naturally. Where you once questioned your worth, this presence reinforces it without force. God does not send replacements, He sends upgrades aligned with growth, maturity, and vision. Do not measure this connection by past experiences. Archangel Michael says, what God chooses carries a different weight. It challenges you to be honest, patient, and grounded. You may notice that this person encourages your purpose, not just your emotions. That is because their role is not to distract you, but to support your becoming. This is why the bond feels meaningful even without constant reassurance. Let this settle within you. Archangel Michael says, when God chooses someone for you, He also chooses the lessons, the timing, and the outcome. Nothing is misplaced. Stay present, stay open, and let understanding rise naturally. What is unfolding now is not meant to confuse you, but to align you with something greater than you imagined for yourself. My beloved child, what you are sensing now is the approach of clarity. Archangel Michael says, God chose this person to arrive when your heart was finally quiet enough to listen. Before, your mind was full of noise, expectations, and past echoes. Now, you are able to feel truth without forcing it. That is why this connection does not feel rushed. It feels anchored, as if it belongs exactly where it is. Notice how this presence affects your inner world. Archangel Michael says, this person does not drain you, confuse you, or pull you away from yourself. Instead, they bring awareness. Around them, you think deeper, choose wiser, and reflect more honestly. This is not accidental. God aligns souls that elevate each other's awareness, because growth is the highest form of blessing. Here is something few understand. Archangel Michael says, "This connection was chosen to test your discernment, not your desperation. You are being asked to move with wisdom, not impulse. Signs will be subtle, not overwhelming, because God wants you to recognize truth through peace, not pressure. What is meant for you will never demand that you abandon your values or your inner stability. There may be moments when progress feels slow, but do not misread them." Archangel Michael says, slowness here is protection. It allows trust to form without illusion and understanding to grow without fear. Anything rushed can break under weight, but what is built with patience can carry purpose. God values foundation more than speed. Receive this final reminder with calm confidence. Archangel Michael says, if God chose this person for you, then he also chose the journey, the lessons, and the timing of revelation. You are not behind, and you are not guessing. Stay steady, stay aware, and let truth reveal itself layer by layer, because what is divinely aligned will always make sense when the moment is right. My beloved child, the final layer of this message brings understanding to what you have been feeling quietly. Archangel Michael says, God chose this person to stand with you at a crossroads you could not see clearly on your own. Their presence is meant to sharpen your awareness, not blur it. This is why being connected to them brings reflection rather than chaos, and insight rather than confusion. Divine choices bring order to the heart. Look closely at how your spirit responds. Archangel Michael says, this person encourages honesty within you, even when it is uncomfortable. You find yourself wanting to be real, grounded, and sincere. That desire is not forced, it rises naturally. God sends people who call you higher without demanding it, who inspire growth simply by being who they are. This is a sign of alignment, not coincidence. There is a deeper reason behind this selection. Archangel Michael says, this connection is meant to prepare you for something greater ahead. It is a training ground for trust, patience, and discernment. Through this bond, you are learning how to recognize what is genuine, how to value peace over impulse, and how to choose wisely when emotions are involved. Every lesson is intentional. You may wonder where this path leads, but do not rush for answers. Archangel Michael says, clarity unfolds as you remain present. God reveals truth step by step so that it strengthens you instead of overwhelming you. What is chosen by heaven does not confuse the soul for long. It brings understanding at the right moment, when your heart is ready to receive it. Hold this truth gently within you. Archangel Michael says, if God chose this person for you, then nothing about this encounter is wasted. Every conversation, every pause, every realization carries meaning. Stay grounded, stay attentive, and trust the unfolding, because divine choices always guide you closer to who you are meant to become. My beloved child, this message continues because your understanding is still unfolding. Archangel Michael says, God chose this person to reflect a version of you that is still emerging. Around them, you may notice your thoughts becoming clearer and your intentions more focused. This is not emotional excitement, it is alignment. When heaven selects a connection, it gently guides you toward your truest self without force. Be aware of the quiet shifts happening within you. Archangel Michael says. You are learning to listen more deeply, to pause before reacting, and to value peace over noise. This person's presence highlights what truly matters and exposes what no longer deserves your energy. God often uses chosen people as instruments of refinement, helping you release old patterns without struggle. Here is a powerful truth meant for this moment. Archangel Michael says, this connection was not sent to rescue you, but to walk with you as you step into strength. You are not meant to depend on them, you are meant to grow alongside them. That balance is what makes this bond different. Divine connections empower rather than control, and they expand rather than limit. Do not be distracted by uncertainty or outside opinions. Archangel Michael says, what God chooses for you may not always be understood by others, because it was not meant for them. The confirmation you seek will come through inner peace, not external validation. When something is divinely aligned, it settles the heart instead of agitating it. Receive this closing insight with confidence. Archangel Michael says, God's choice is never random and never shallow. This person was placed in your path to support your growth, sharpen your awareness, and guide you toward a future built on truth and clarity. Remain patient, remain observant, and trust the process, because what heaven begins, it completes with purpose. My beloved child, as this message continues, a deeper assurance is being placed within you. Archangel Michael says, God chose this person to enter your life when your soul was ready to recognize substance over illusion. That is why this connection does not rely on constant excitement to feel real. Its strength lies in consistency, presence, and the quiet sense of rightness that grows with time. Observe how this bond reshapes your perspective. Archangel Michael says, you are becoming more selective, more grounded, and less willing to entertain what drains you. This person was chosen to help you refine your discernment, not through instruction, but through example. God often teaches by placing the right energy near you, allowing wisdom to awaken naturally. Here is a revelation meant to steady your heart. Archangel Michael says, this connection is protected, even in silence. Periods of distance, pauses, or reflection are not signs of loss, they are moments of alignment. Heaven sometimes creates space so clarity can settle without pressure. What is chosen by God does not fade in stillness, it becomes clearer. You are also being shown how to trust yourself again. Archangel Michael says, this person's role includes reminding you of your inner authority. You are learning to listen to your intuition without fear and to honor your boundaries without guilt. This growth is part of the divine design, because strong connections require strong individuals, not dependents. Let this truth anchor you. Archangel Michael says, God chose this person not to distract you from your path, but to walk beside you as it unfolds. Nothing about this meeting is random, and nothing is rushed. Stay present, stay faithful to your inner peace, and allow understanding to deepen, because what is divinely chosen always reveals its purpose in perfect time. My beloved child, this continuation carries reassurance meant to settle your heart. Archangel Michael says, God chose this person knowing the depth of your past and the strength of your future. Nothing about you was hidden in this decision. Every silent prayer, every unspoken hope, every lesson you survived was considered. That is why this connection feels steady rather than overwhelming, familiar rather than forced. Notice how patience is being formed within you. Archangel Michael says, through this person, you are learning that what is truly meant for you does not require chasing or proving. There is a natural flow, an ease that develops even during uncertainty. God's choices do not exhaust the soul, they teach it to rest while remaining aware. Here is a truth designed to remove doubt. Archangel Michael says, this bond is meant to strengthen your faith in discernment. You are being shown that peace is a sign, not boredom, and clarity is a blessing, not a lack of emotion. This connection helps you separate truth from illusion, teaching you to recognize what is real without drama. You may still question where this leads, and that is human. Archangel Michael says, understanding does not arrive all at once because growth happens in layers. Each moment of awareness, each calm realization, is part of the unveiling. God reveals purpose gradually so it can be carried with wisdom rather than fear. Hold this final assurance gently. Archangel Michael says, if God chose this person for you, then every step of this connection is guided. You are not guessing, and you are not misplaced. Stay grounded in peace, remain attentive to inner clarity, and trust what unfolds, because divine choices always move you closer to alignment, not away from it. My beloved child, this message continues to unfold because there is still depth for you to receive. Archangel Michael says, God chose this person with full awareness of the season you are entering now. You are no longer who you were before, and this connection meets you at a higher level of understanding. That is why it feels calmer, more intentional, and less chaotic than past experiences. Divine alignment does not arrive to repeat old lessons, but to confirm new growth. Feel how this presence influences your decisions. Archangel Michael says, you are becoming more mindful, more intentional with your words, and more respectful of your own boundaries. This person was chosen to walk with you as you learn balance, not extremes. Where you once overgave, you now observe. Where you once rushed, you now wait. This is evidence of inner maturity being activated. Here is a revelation meant to steady your emotions. Archangel Michael says, this connection is not built on fantasy, but on truth. God did not choose someone to distract you with dreams that fade, but to help you build something that can endure reality. That is why honesty matters more here than perfection, and patience matters more than promises. What is real grows quietly but firmly. You may notice moments where silence speaks louder than words. Archangel Michael says, do not fear those moments. Silence here is not absence, it is alignment. God allows space so you can hear your own intuition clearly. When something is divinely chosen, it does not demand constant reassurance, because its presence already brings calm understanding. Receive this with confidence. Archangel Michael says, God's choice is unfolding exactly as it should. Nothing is late, nothing is missing, and nothing is forced. Stay centered, remain truthful to your inner peace, and allow the meaning of this connection to reveal itself naturally, because what heaven ordains always carries clarity in the right moment. My beloved child, this continuation carries a quiet confirmation meant only for you. Archangel Michael says, God chose this person because your soul had reached a point where recognition comes before explanation. You do not need constant signs to feel certain, there is a deep inner knowing forming within you. That knowing is the language of alignment, and it grows stronger the more you listen without forcing answers. Watch how this connection influences your inner stability. Archangel Michael says, "You are no longer easily shaken by uncertainty as you once were. Instead of reacting, you reflect. Instead of assuming, you observe." This person was chosen to stand beside you during this shift, not to lead you, but to match your pace as you step into clearer self-awareness. God pairs growth with growth. Here is a truth meant to remove lingering confusion. Archangel Michael says, "Not every divine connection arrives with immediate clarity of outcome. Some arrive to teach presence, patience, and emotional wisdom before revealing their full purpose." This is why you are being guided to stay grounded in the moment rather than lost in future expectations. What unfolds naturally remains strong. You may sense that this bond feels different from anything you have known. Archangel Michael says, that difference exists because it is not driven by urgency or fear of loss. It is guided by calm intention. God's choices do not pressure the heart, they steady it. What is meant for you does not compete for attention, it earns trust over time. Hold this understanding gently. Archangel Michael says, if God chose this person for you, then this connection carries meaning beyond what words can explain right now. Stay patient, stay aware, and remain anchored in peace. What is divinely aligned will continue to reveal itself, not through force, but through quiet certainty and growing clarity. My beloved child, this message continues because assurance is being sealed within you. Archangel Michael says, God chose this person knowing the exact weight your heart has carried. Nothing about your sensitivity, your silence, or your resilience was overlooked. This connection feels gentle because it was designed to meet you without pressure. Divine choices arrive with respect for the soul, not urgency for outcomes. Notice how your inner dialogue is changing. Archangel Michael says, you are beginning to trust your own discernment again. Doubt no longer controls your decisions the way it once did. This person was chosen to walk beside you during this restoration, not by fixing you, but by reminding you of your clarity. God often heals by placing the right presence near you, allowing confidence to return naturally. Here is a truth meant to anchor you. Archangel Michael says, this connection is not meant to distract you from your purpose, but to align with it. You will find that your focus sharpens rather than scatters. Your values feel clearer, and your sense of direction grows stronger. That is how you recognize what is chosen by God. It supports who you are becoming, not who you used to be. There may be moments when progress feels invisible. Archangel Michael says, do not mistake quiet growth for stagnation. Roots form in silence before anything becomes visible. God allows patience here because what is being built is meant to last. Rushed clarity fades, but earned understanding remains steady. Let this settle deeply within you. Archangel Michael says, if God chose this person for you, then this connection is unfolding exactly as intended. Nothing is misplaced, nothing is delayed without reason. Stay grounded in peace, remain attentive to inner truth, and trust the process, because divine alignment always reveals its purpose with perfect timing. My beloved child, this continuation carries a deeper calm meant to strengthen your trust. Archangel Michael says, God chose this person because your heart had learned enough to recognize sincerity without struggle. You are no longer drawn to noise or confusion, you are drawn to clarity. That shift within you is the signal that this alignment is real. Heaven responds when the soul matures, not when it demands. Pay attention to how peace now guides you. Archangel Michael says, you no longer feel the need to rush answers or force certainty. This person was chosen to meet you in that stillness, where understanding grows slowly and truth reveals itself gently. God does not rush what is meaningful. What is meant to last is allowed to unfold without pressure. Here is a revelation meant to steady your expectations. Archangel Michael says, this connection is not defined by dramatic moments, but by consistency. It teaches you that real alignment feels safe, grounded, and honest. You are learning that stability is not dull, and calm is not absence of depth. This realization is part of the divine design. You may sense that this bond encourages self-respect. Archangel Michael says, around this person, you are more aware of your boundaries and more confident in honoring them. This is not distance, it is balance. God chooses connections that help you stand firmly in who you are, not lose yourself to please another. Let this truth rest within you. Archangel Michael says, if God chose this person for you, then this journey is guided even when it feels quiet. Stay present, stay centered, and allow understanding to rise naturally. What is divinely aligned does not shout for attention, it confirms itself through peace, clarity, and steady growth.